The past 24 hours have been an absolute roller coaster for crypto. Take a look at this. Yesterday we covered the major news with regards to BlackRock's iShares spot Bitcoin ETF getting listed on the DTCC, it later getting delisted and then relisted. People speculated that it had to do with the name or the fact that the DTCC website went down, so perhaps there was a greater issue at play. I've got three things to say about that. Point number one is that the CFTC commissioner says the market is ready for spot Bitcoin ETFs. This is just in. Apparently, 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 said on CoinDesk that there is a real institutional interest in crypto investment vehicles. This durability contrasts with previous views that crypto was a fleeting trend. He mentioned there's a lot of interest in these products and that the market is ready for these products to be available. And so the official response we can give to that is, so why isn't it available? Why is the SEC gatekeeping? But then we look at the SEC, and then we find out it's not the SEC as an entity gatekeeping. It seems to be just some specific people, perhaps just Gary Gensler, as this was said by an SEC commissioner, Hester Peirce. Every day, I hope that they'll wake up and they'll think, you know what? We need to take a more productive approach. The SEC commissioner says the agency has not been very good when it comes to Bitcoin and crypto. If you thought that this whole BlackRock ordeal though was all like breaking news and whatnot, I might have a little shocking revelation for you. So make sure you press that like button and take a look at this. DB, one of the fastest news sources on the interweb, said a DTCC spokesperson says that the BlackRock ETF had actually already been on there since August. Again, looking through it, it basically says that this specific application, or I should call it this listing, was actually already filed in August of 2023 and was added to the file at that time. So perhaps nobody found it or it just didn't show up in the meantime, but apparently it was already on there for a couple months, which leads us to believe either of two things. One is, this pump was not because of anything DTCC related. The BlackRock listing had nothing to do with the pump. Or two, they knew that this was going to happen, so they made it a bigger deal than it was to manipulate you. Having said that, I've got something else that I think is definitely quite interesting. Eleanor Tourette from Fox said this: I've been speaking to a couple of TradFi executives regarding the Bitcoin spot ETF, and I think it's interesting how mind-blown most of them are about the level of interest it's created. In regards to Bitcoin major rally off the back of the iShares Bitcoin Trust being listed, one executive said to me, and I want to quickly come in and say, perhaps that's indeed not what really gave a rally, this listing, as perhaps it was not completely true. I mean, we're excited for these products to come to market too, but this level of hysteria is something we've never seen before. It seems TradFi can't quite believe how much demand there actually is out there for mainstream crypto asset investing. I mean, yeah, I showed you guys a little bit earlier that most people have the philosophy of, hey, either crypto is getting fully banned and going to zero, or things like Bitcoin, or let's just call it crypto as a concept, is going to millions or billions or trillions of dollars. There's not really any in between. And the fact that a lot of these institutions are now pumping it and going for it means that the zero option is not that likely. And here's the video for when Bitcoin was still at 28,000, but Larry Fink said this last week, and it's so interesting how these things flow in the grand scheme of things. He said this last week.
This rally is way beyond the rumor. I think the rally today is about a flight to quality with all the, all the issues around the Israeli war now, global terrorism. And I think there's more people running into a flight to quality, whether that is in treasuries, gold, or crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality.
I want you to understand one thing really carefully. He did not say Bitcoin. Carefully listen to that. He did not say Bitcoin. He said crypto. Why? Because there's so many things happening pretty quickly after this is happening. Again, two things. One is right now they're going for Bitcoin ETF, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. But in reality, these institutions know as well Bitcoin won't make them the most amount of money. The reason many guys like BlackRock are into MicroStrategy and why they praise Bitcoin so much, because at the end of the day, it's the easiest to get into right now, regulatory wise. And if you want to convince your investors, want to convince anybody, Bitcoin, the concept is just easier than any cryptocurrency that's a little bit further along the lines, which is also in reality the same concept as people buying Bitcoin first when they get into crypto and then diversifying into altcoins and then these shit coins basically. A crypto ETF is coming. An Ethereum ETF is coming, a spot one. An XRP ETF is coming. These major assets at the top of the game, they want to make money on it. So they're going to advance to the highest degree they can. But it's just step by step by step. But it is coming though. Cryptocurrencies as a concept is a flight to quality, not just Bitcoin. Now, I said at the start, I've got 3 things to say about it, right? There's one more thing, which might shock people again. Today's a little bit of a shocker video as a concept. The SEC, all right, they're pretty mad. So what have they just done? They've just charged BlackRock with failing to disclose investments. Apparently, BlackRock was doing some shady stuff in the background, that the SEC did not like. This is the SEC's filing from today. The SEC charges BlackRock with failing to properly disclose investments by a publicly traded fund it advised. But it was pretty simple. BlackRock already agreed to pay a $2.5 million penalty. But that's usually, by the way, how the SEC operates. This is the best picture in the world. And they claim to do it to protect investors, which in this case might be a little bit true, but perhaps. You're here to protect the investors, right, Gary? Right, Gary? And if you really don't believe that the narrative is shifting and that this is literally the most bullish time ever to be in crypto, just take a look at this video and I think it'll change your mind.
Don't your clients want crypto exposure?
No, I don't believe any client has sought out crypto exposure.
Really?
Yes.
But at some point they might. Do you need to be prepared?
I don't, at the moment, no. We're hearing from clients around the world about the need for crypto. I mean,
don't your clients want crypto exposure?
No, I don't.
It's funny, right? How all that changed over the last couple of years. And there's only one negative thing I'll say about all this. That is, the SEC will probably find, in all this excitement, another excuse to deny a Bitcoin spot ETF. Now, we all know it's going to get approved eventually. We all know it. But the SEC can use the argument that there's just too much speculation going around. And if the markets are too speculatory, that means investors can lose money. And I just showed you a picture of Gary Gensler, and he's the guy that protects US investors, right? Or he rather stops you from making any money. So if he's got a chance to do it again, he'll probably do that. And since every single time anything about a Bitcoin spot ETF comes up, crypto markets pump, yeah, they're going to use that as an excuse, or at least they're going to attempt to. But I will say this, the rally that we've witnessed now has been a celebratory one. What I mean with that is this one has shown yet again to all those naysayers, but also to the believers, that crypto will see another all-time high is just a matter of time. And so even though we've not gotten to those highs just quite yet, and it wasn't easy to sit through this bear market for a lot of people, about a week or two ago, I told you this is the deepest pain point, and I told you as well about our plans with regards to investing and how I think things would change up, and they're happening almost exactly as I expected them to. And also, guys, our army, our family, has reached 150,000 people. We've done it. We've done it! Yeah! I think we're just taking a lot of employees away from McDonald's since crypto is up again. And one more thing I want to add. With regards to Speaker of the House, 𝗕𝗪𝗏, our interesting crypto man, is apparently the GOP nominee for Speaker of the House in the US. And John Deaton says that's going to get us to 35K, right? Apparently he might already be out. Not sure, but that is kind of funny. Just imagine one of those crypto spearheads being in front of this. That's just something interesting to think about. As well, the fact that the whole regime from a layer up, I'm talking about the presidency, I suppose. Have I been scratching myself here? What am I doing? Sometimes it's nice to have a good camera, right? But sometimes it hurts. Anyway, with the elections and stuff coming up, it's interesting to see how the paradigm could shift if somebody like Gary Gensler just gets fired because of a shift. Anyway, guys, a little bit later, I've got you an update on Ripple and XRP. A lot of interesting things have happened, and a lot of things need to be discussed. And I'll also probably get you guys another update on whatever is happening with the interest rate decision as it's coming up, and you need to be made aware of it. And that's about it. See you guys again in another crypto video, hopefully later today. Because again, guys, I'm going to guide you through the entire journey of the bull, bear market, whatever, and explain to you exactly my choices, exactly what I'm doing, because I think we've got a very good freaking solid game plan, and I really want you guys to succeed. So that's why I keep saying stick around for the journey, even if you're not actively investing with me because I'm not a financial advisor. Hopefully you just stick around and watch, and that's about it. See ya.